We're seeing reports this morning that the government is going to put in extra testing and tracing in order to keep schools open or to allow schools to reopen. Is that an admission that schools haven't had the testing and tracing necessary in order to reopen in the first place?
No, it's more of a reflection of the fact that obviously our ability to test grows day by day. We're now able to test well north of 300,000 people a day. By the end of October, we intend that to be 500,000 people a day.
So, and what's enough to allow parents to feel reassured that schools can open responsibly and safely?
Unequivocally, yes. I think it is so important that parents hear that loud and clear. I've seen for myself the work that's going on in schools to make sure that they are safe. It is absolutely vital for children's education that they get back to school as normal this autumn. The government really couldn't be clearer on that.
Problem is, though, that reports today suggest only 50% of all contacts are being traced. Do you think that's a high enough figure?
Well, we always work to make sure that test and trace improves. On our figures, we see that.
But it's a lot to improve. I mean, half of all contracts is not. I mean, that's not robust or world beating, is it, Minister?
Our data is significantly more robust than that. We see that
so they're wrong.
Over 80% of people who test positive are contacted, and of them, over 75% of their close contacts are reached and told to self-isolate by the system. So our figures certainly suggest it's a much higher level, more like 80% of people who are being reached. Look, we recognise that this is a system which needs to be as good as it possibly can be, and will need ongoing work.
And does that mean better testing and better tracing of people at airports, for example? I've got plenty of people ringing me and getting in touch saying that I've arrived back in the UK. I haven't heard anything from anybody about where I've been and where I'm going to.
Well, when you arrive back in the UK, you need to give your details as to where if you're coming from a country which is currently under protective measures like Spain, then you would need to submit your data as to where you're going to self-isolate and proceed directly to that address. That's what you have to do in those.
And if people aren't,
that doesn't apply to all countries.
And if people aren't getting a call, that's a failing in the test and trace system, isn't it? People aren't being checked up on.
Well, Public Health England do conduct random spot checks to check that people are indeed self-isolating where they've told us they're going to. Now, clearly, this is a free country and no one wants to change that. We do rely to a high degree on the public being sensible and helping everyone, including themselves, by complying with the rules. But we do conduct spot checks from PHE as required. And if you have come back from a country which has these measures in place for it, you really do need to follow these rules.